Learning is an important part of our life, and if you want to accumulate knowledge and increase your number of skills in yourself, then you should not wait more to join book reading session or BRS. It is just a platform to improve your skills and learn new things daily under the guidance of Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am. It is a stage for you all to improve your mental ability, and as well as it also provides you the path of success in your life.
It's greatly said. A hobby a day keeps the tantrums away. And my hobbies include dancing, singing, writing poems, playing ukulele, cooking, gardening, as well as drawing. And what's a better way to express yourself through art?
My personal hobbies include sketching different kind of art forms, solving different kind of Rubik cubes such as pyramid, mirror cube, watching football and cycling. I also am interested in doing a little bit of photography, and here are some of my glimpses.
As a part of my hobbies, I really like anchoring, public speaking. I also like solving puzzles like the Rubik's Cube, and I write poetry sometimes. Please have a look at these few glimpses.
My favorite pastime is drawing. This is so because it always keeps me contented, lively and enthusiastic. Here are some of my self-made drawings.
Hello everyone, my hobby is to write. I love to write poems a lot. My work even got published in some of the books like Many Shapes of the Cloud. Apart from it, I love sports a lot. I love playing volleyball, boxing and even taekwondo. And I love debating also. I love to speak, deliver my content to people, and I like to motivate people on different opinions.
One of my favorite reads has to be The Boy in Striped Pajamas by John Bowen. On the face of it, it looks like a very innocent children's read. However, underlying it is something extremely dark. It is a story of innocence and resilience at the face of the Holocaust. It's a story of two boys who are so alike in terms of age, and yet their lives are so different. In my mind, it is not only an important book to read, but an essential one. Thank you.
True life is lived when tiny changes occur. My favorite book is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. This book brings out the best of both the worlds, scientific research and the spiritual wisdom. This book teaches us that how by controlling our subconscious mind we can change our life and welcome the world of success, prosperity and happiness.
Picking favorite is really hard for me. Like, we keep on adding favorites and favorites. But yeah, if I talk of this, then one of my favorite books is Wings of Fire. It's a really aspiring autobiography of Dr. Kalam. I get to learn so many things from this book. One learning that I can share is we are full of divine fire within us. Our efforts should be in the direction to give wings to this fire.
Hello, my favorite book is Win Your Inner Battle. This book is about war within yourself. It is not about war with outer world, it's about war with yourself. How to become emotionally and mentally stable. It tells that fear is your biggest enemy and you need to defeat it to win and to become successful in life. And this book will help you to reach your goal. Thank you.
My favorite book is You Can Win by Shiv Khera. This book provides a huge exposure towards life. My likeness towards this book developed because of the examples and suggestions presented in this book. All the elements like values, vision, motivation, success are covered here and hardly any factor is left out. This is worth a lifetime of knowledge.
Very nice.
जय माँ आप सबको
Welcome,
वेरी
children. Welcome to the show.
जी
I was listening to you from back end. You are also talented and gifted. Writers, drawing, playing, thinking creatively. I think very, very nice. So lovely, Divya, Grace, Ragini, Bhumi, and Vaishali. And I know the demonstrative learning has had a great time with you chatting away. Some bit of it I was overhearing while I was doing my cross trainer. In fact, I used my little time to get on my cross trainer, but I was listening to you. But thank you very much. You've been wonderful, lovely from Kolkata, Chandigarh, Patna, Jhansi, and Kishangarh. Kishan, what? Vaishali? Kishan, Kishangarh, right?
Ma'am,
Kishangarh.
Kishangar. First of
Yeah.
all, namaste, ma'am, and hello,
Namaste.
everybody. And
Namaste.
ma'am, I was born and I was brought up and I have been doing my education in Kishangar only.
Shabash. Okay, Divya, one word about what? Tell me one word before you go. I know you have a great program. We have it all lined up. You will talk about your 5 years. Should we get on? But I just want to hear a little more about your voices. Divya, anything to say
Thank
before I open our account?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, ma'am. You've been one of my greatest inspirations. My name is Diya Pramanik. I'm currently 16 years old, studying grade 11 in Indus Valley World School in Kolkata. I am really passionate about history. As a part of my hobbies, I like to read and watch historical documentaries. I also write. I also write poetries, and I like public speaking and debating, and I do so in school. Apart from that, I wish to join the civil services in the future. That's all, ma'am.
Lovely. Grace, your turn. What would you like to say? I'm not asking you any question. Say what you want to say.
First of all, a very good evening to everyone. I'm Grace. I'm 16-year-old from Chandigarh. I'm studying in Sacred Heart School, and my hobbies include singing, dancing, cooking, writing poems, as well as playing ukulele. The inspiration and the guiding star of my life is my mother. She is an epitome of courage, selflessness, and love. So that's it. Thank you.
Mom, your mom will love hearing what you said.
Thank you.
Good. Ragini, what would you like to say?
Very good evening, ma'am. It's really like an honor for me for seeing you. You are really my inspiration since childhood. My name is Ragini Sharma, and currently I'm studying in 10th standard. And basically my passion is about science and technology, and I would like to go in aerospace engineering further in my life. And my hobbies are include a little bit of photography, watching football. I know it's not a great hobby, but uh, and sketching different kind of art forms. That's it.
Very nice, Ragini. What's your name of the school?
It's BPL Residential Public School.
Very nice.
Also, I'm born basically in Bihar, and I'm brought up in Gurugram, Haryana. So after COVID, we settled here. That's why I'm studying here.
Settle now in Patna?
Yeah, after my grandpa demise. So,
Oh, so you went back to Patna?
yeah, we will. I will settle again to my home after this year. After my session ended of 10th boards,
Achha.
I will be giving boards after 20 days.
So for 11, 12, you'll come back to Gurugram?
Oh yeah, for my studies. That's my home.
Achha. Will you get the school admission?
Yeah.
Good. And Vaishali, what about you? Anything to say? Bhumi can't hear. Bhumi is saying, ma'am, I can't hear you all. Bhumi. So Sujata, Bhumi is asking, she can't hear. She's probably lost the voice. Okay, lost the audio. Vaishali, you? What would you like to say?
Ma'am, I'm 17 years old and I'm going to appear for class 12 CBSE board exams this February only. And ma'am, I'm very grateful to thank you to you and your team for providing me this platform and opportunity. That means a lot to me, and I'm looking forward to have a great conversation with you today.
Lovely. And I'm looking forward to hearing your vision. And Bhumi is saying your device is not connected, please. So Bhumi is, uh, Saina, Bhumi is wanting to connect. Okay, my friends, I'm actually looking forward to these bright visions which you have. We'll come to your questions later as we have planned, right, Saina? The plan is that you
See,
will now talk about your
they're going to talk about where they see India
vision.
5 years from now in various aspects.
Exactly. And let's see, Divya, what's your vision? Which subject have you taken up on the vision,
Ma'am,
my vision for India 5 years from now, starting
I
now?
chose,
What's your vision?
I chose, right, ma'am. I chose education as my topic as it is one of the most fundamental, basic needs of any country, and it is not just isolated. It is not isolated, but also impacts the social, political, and economic institutions of the nation. If we talk about a few socio-economic problems that India faces today, Article 17 abolishes untouchability, and yet we see untouchability in forms even camouflage. India ranks 107 in the Global Hunger Index in 2022, and according to a study in 2019 by UNICEF, India ranked fourth among the eight South Asian countries in terms of child marriage. And there are still many villages without proper higher education facilities. Our government is working in the education sector. One of the steps being the National Education Policy of 2020. In the next 5 years, we can see implementation of this policy, which was hindered due to the pandemic. Apart from this, right now we also see growth of various edtech companies, which can further in the future collaborate with the government to bridge the gap between a city and a village in terms of accessibility to education institutions, which may even lead to digitalization of the education sphere in the future. Apart from that, I really hope to see developments in the humanities sphere as well, so that more students choose humanities. And these developments would not only help education but also holistically to the country as well. So that's all, ma'am. Thank you.
So, Divya, my question to you is, how would you see the NEP changing the landscape? How? The National
Yes,
Education Policy. How do you,
ma'am.
as a student, if you studied a little more?
NEP majorly focused on vocational development in the educational sphere, therefore reforming exams as well as an objective to make India educational superpower in terms of the world uh, in the next few decades.
Hmm.
The NEP would be able to do this with the help of the new scheme that it introduced, which is a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 scheme, which was different from the earlier 10 plus 2 scheme that was followed.
Hmm.
So, also, they are focusing more on developing public schools as well in the village sector, more specifically.
How do you see if the foreign universities also step in? What do you think as a young lady?
If the foreign universities step in, many Indian students would have the opportunity to study abroad. At many students who do not have the financial package with them, they would more of them would be able to study in foreign universities, and therefore would be able to benefit not only individually but also the country as a whole.
How will the schools uh, implement vocational skill?
I think, ma'am, right now also schools have introduced smart boards, which is helping in digitalization of education, which will also lead to development in the vocational sphere. Apart from that, making education more interactive, I think would help. Apart from just theoretical knowledge.
But what about if they would have a vocation, which is your vocation you like, and link you with the place which teaches you a vocation alongside your schooling? Because overseas,
Ma'am, is it
we have
about
a
the
lot of
combination of
vocationalization. Carry on, carry on.
right now? So maybe a few institutions that provide vocational studies like arts, if they collaborate with schools, that would help. So that students can go to one place and then focus in their education and then vocational learning as well.
I think the challenge will be collaboration and not competition.
Exactly.
At the
Yes, ma'am.
moment, working in silos, instead of silos, they converge. And how do they? I think the challenge will be as youngsters. Anyway, thank you, Divya. Well said, well presented.
Thank you, ma'am.
In such a
Thank
short
you.
time. Okay, Grace, what's your subject? Grace, your turn.
Subject economics. Given
Okay.
which in which the government has been executing a vast multitude of social and economic reforms, we can anticipate that within some years, India will start adding $1 trillion to its GDP every 12 to 18 months, thereby putting us well on track to be a 30 million trillion dollars economy by 2050, and with a stock market capitalization that will possibly exceed $45 trillion. India is currently the world's fifth largest economy with a gross domestic production of $3.5 trillion. A country crushed and drained by its colonial rulers today stands on the cusp of an extraordinary growth and is the only major country on a path to emerge as a high income nation without compromising its democracy and diversity.
So where do you see yourself in it? How do you visualize yourself in this whole economic plan?
Uh, Actually, I myself is very much interested to be, start a business. So I think India has a very good, like there are people who are unemployed, so I can give them employment, and there are like people who like from the rural areas, they they want to earn for their livelihood, and I can give them jobs in minimum studies, like they're not even that educated, but I think their hard work should be valued. So that what I think.
Which line of entrepreneurship you have in mind? Are you envisioning?
I have thought that I'll be going for industries related to textile and cosmetics.
Okay. What makes you prefer textiles and cosmetics?
Actually, I am a part of like many pageants, and I'm a professional author as well as a fashion model. So I think I have quite good knowledge about all this. So that's why I would like to start a business on
Are you
cosmetics.
tracking Nika?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you tracking Nika? Are you reading about Nika?
Nika, no, actually, I am not following Nike or something. I am more into brands like we can say Kylie Cosmetics or Sugar, because I see that Shark Tank as well. So Sugar is Vinita
Are
ma'am,
you
like
tracking
Vinita Singh.
successful women entrepreneurs? Nika is. Nika is a success story today in India.
Nika is also, but I follow mostly Vinita Singh, the owner of Sugar company.
Okay. So you are looking for mentors. According to you, you have mentors. Are you having mentors? Are you tracking mentors?
Yes, ma'am, I am looking for them right now. So,
Okay, I like that. But another idea would be, is your mommy going to be involved into entrepreneurship?
yes, ma'am, I am interested to be a part of entrepreneurship. So, actually, I am currently in 10th. So, I will study more about it. I'll be taking humanities in 11th. I'll be taking entrepreneurship skills, economics, and business studies and all. So, I
Correct.
will learn more about it and then I'll start.
Maybe start soon after the 12th standard is over and keep doing your higher learning.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't thought about it much, but after completing my studies only, I'll
Yes.
pursue it.
I'm just trying to think for you because I've seen the earlier you, if you are business oriented, read the life of Mr. Adani. He did that. So, you know what? They started like this. He was somewhere in some diamond business and he started it soon after. He didn't go to university. In fact, he now says in his interviews, had he gone to the university, he wouldn't have been what he is today. But he started that early. He started the business very early. But you can start your business early and continue your specialization education, but to put it into business, not for a degree.
Yes.
So the earlier you are an entrepreneur, the better. That means you read a lot about entrepreneurship. And
Yes.
rather than looking after formal degrees, which people like, people like most of these people of the iPhone kind never went. They never went. The Microsoft, they never went. They went straight, earlier the better, into entrepreneurship, and They started up pretty early. Make good friends too. Maybe you can have friends also in business with you.
Yes.
So those friends who are interested in business, you can look at, if do you vibe and align together? Are you of the same kind of nature? It's good to forge that kind of entrepreneurial partnership by 12th standard. They
Yes,
work.
ma'am.
Sometimes you work from a garage. You still work from a room available and you begin. Right, Grace?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So your vision is in alignment with the national vision, because
Yes.
that's what Dia said. How do you become a $30 trillion economy if you don't do more of entrepreneurship and then
Yes.
giving employment to the unemployed, upskilling them as well? Ragini, what's yours? Hi, you've been listening to both the girls. Now you,
So I chose the topic of sports uh, in the wake of that ongoing wrestling protest. So I chose I should have a talk on this.
yeah.
So at present, if I see, so India's performance in sports is like phenomenal over the last few decades. We are improving day by day, and the trend is set to continue. Our main goal should be on the both performance and development. The main face the main problem we face is the athlete facility that we all agree on a point that we are 1.4 billion people country and there is no any scarce of talent. We all agree on that. That in the up to now the world most populous country, so there is no any scarce of talent. So we have to work on the athlete facility and the infrastructure. So our domestic sport infrastructure is a need. A more huge problem is that our country launch sports launch share goes into cricket and somewhat hockey. So we need to dilute this percentage and have people enthusiastic about other sports also. We can promote non-traditional sports like surfing, skateboarding, esports. So we can work on this also. One more thing we can do, we can expand, we can promote these sports and by making initiative in school, because it's the sport class where we got that raw talent in schools, and our sport class is cancelled, and a math teacher come in and hello everyone, there is our math class. So it's that sport class where we got that raw talent. So there's need and it. So overall, if I see that we are, as I said, we are improving day by day. So we are in a right direction, and if we put our investment policies in the right place, so we can do it.
Do you play in school?
Uh,
Do you
oh
play
yeah,
in which
yeah.
game?
I in my at 10th I'm left some of it, but I was the team captain of Haryana state, from this Haryana state and sub junior in football.
Oh, wonderful. So keep playing. Why do you give up? Find the time. Doesn't matter. Tense board will take care. Don't give up
No,
the
boats
game.
no boats are not stopping me. I just left football. I tried. Now I'm playing tennis and somewhat of cycling.
Good. So you are in a sport of your choice time to time. You change your sport.
Yeah,
Ach, good. I like it. I think what's important is it's mass interest in games. Because if the
yeah,
school ensure a sports hour, everybody plays. When you and play according to game of your choice, when it's a game which has to be played, every class can also get an hour. You can, if you ever, the whole school can't because the sports ground may not accommodate, they can have a sports period where they have to go and play, where the teachers ensure 100% participation of everyone. The day everybody touches the, and there is no school certification without the playground. No school is sanctioned without a playground.
Yeah.
I think that's what all of you girls, if start ensuring that you play, your friends play, and encourage others to play. Because playing is not only for Olympics, playing is as a part of all round education. It really cleans up the mind. When you play, the best way to detoxify and freshen up your brain is your sports, the mind. The mind then focuses on very positive energy. Isn't it, Ragini?
Yeah, the discipline we get, the rules and the discipline, it's also matters in our life. We can implement those things which we learn.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Ragini. Let's go to Bhumi. Bhumi, we lost you for a while. I'm good to see you back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tell us about yourself because I lost you. Tell us about your
Yes,
vision.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, my name is Bhumi. I am 17. I am pursuing my 12th. I live in Jhansi. And my hobbies are writing and reading. I love to write poems, essays that inspire and pursue readers to think critically. Apart from it, I am a sports spirit person. I love sports. I am good in taekwondo, boxing, volleyball, basketball, and I am district champion in all of them. I got gold medal.
Lovely. So, Vijay, what's your
And
vision? The task given to you is what's your vision?
ma'am, development.
What is it?
मैम
Carry on.
आई मैम मेरे को लगता है डेवलपमेंट सिर्फ एक सेक्टर में नहीं बहुत सारे सेक्टर को इफेक्ट करती है मैम
Ah,
जैसे कि इंडिया में अभी 84 स्टार्टअप्स हैं जिसमें कि 42 स्टार्टअप्स तो लास्ट ईयर ही स्टार्ट हुए तो मैं चाहती हूँ इसी तरीके से इंडिया में स्टार्टअप और ज्यादा बढ़े क्योंकि मैम हमारे देश में इम्पोर्ट बहुत ज्यादा है जबकि एक्सपोर्ट बहुत कम है तो मैं चाहती कि इंडिया करेंसी है इंडिया रुपी है वो भी इंटरनेशनल बने हाँ, एक साथ हम एकदम से रुपये को इंटरनेशनल नहीं बना सकते बट जैसे कि मैम अभी श्रीलंका में इकोनॉमी क्राइसिस है तो उस वजह से अब हम श्रीलंका से ट्रेड रुपीस में कर सकते हैं उसी तरीके से बांग्लादेश या कुछ देश हुए जिनसे हम स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं रुपये में ट्रेड इवन मैम रशिया का क्योंकि वॉर हुआ था तो यूएसए ने उनपे बैन लगा दिया था कि वो यूएस डॉलर में ट्रेड नहीं कर सकते तो हम रशिया जैसे देशों को भी मतलब मना सकते हैं कि हम उनके साथ रुपये में ट्रेड करें जिससे
वो
रुपये की
किया
वैल्यू बढ़े
वो किया है।
और मैम
ये
इसके
किया
अलावा
ये हुआ। ये जो आप कह रहे हो भूमि, ये हुआ है, ये किया है।
यस मैम
इंडिया हैज डन
मैम
दैट।
यस मैम सो आई वांट मैम कि और ज्यादा हो मतलब अभी कुछ देशों से ही हुआ है आई वांट कि हम और ज्यादा देशों से ये करें मैम इसके अलावा वुमेन वर्कफोर्स मैम हमारे देश में वुमेन इकोनॉमी में बहुत कम कंट्रीब्यूट करती हैं जबकि ये बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ा सकते हैं मगर हम थोड़ा अपना एटीट्यूड बदलें वुमेन्स के प्रति इवन कुछ लॉस अगर और चेंज हो थोड़ा सा लोगों की सोच हम बदल सकें तो बहुत अच्छा होगा जब वुमेन बहुत ज्यादा इकोनॉमी में पार्ट लेंगी तो हमारी इकोनॉमी में बहुत ज्यादा ग्रोथ आएगी इसके अलावा मैम करप्शन मैम मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि स्टार्टअप कम है इंडिया में क्योंकि ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस नहीं है इंडिया में मैम जैसे कि सिंगापुर में अगर एक होटल खोलना है तो उसके लिए हमें 4 लाइसेंस चाहिए वही होटल अगर हमें इंडिया में खोलना है तो हमें 40 से 50 लाइसेंस चाहिए उसके बीच में मैम इतना करप्शन आता है कि लोग डरते हैं खोलने में बिजनेस की वो स्टार्टअप कैसे करेंगे वो इसको कैसे फेस करेंगे मैम इसके अलावा एक देश की सबसे बड़ी ताकत उसका यूथ होता है तो मैं ये लोग सोचे कि इंडिया का यूथ उसकी लाइबिलिटी बनेगा या एक एसेट बनेगा एंड आई वांट कि पीपल इस पे ध्यान से सोचे कि इंडिया का यूथ उसके लिए अपने देश के लिए एक एसेट बने उसके लिए मैम हमें इंडिविजुअल डेवलपमेंट सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है हमें इमोशनली एंड मेंटली एंड स्पिरिचुअली अच्छे से स्टेबल होना चाहिए मैम आजकल लोग डिसीसिव नहीं है उनको हर चीज में रिस्क लगता है जबकि असल में वो एक डिसीजन होता है जो हमारे पास एक डिसीसिव पावर होनी चाहिए हमारे पास आइडियाज होते हैं बट ओपिनियंस होते हैं बट हम एग्जीक्यूट ही नहीं करते इस चीज पे हमें वर्क करना चाहिए इन 5 सालों में ताकि एग्जीक्यूशन हो आइडियाज का और लोगों को सिर्फ लगे नहीं कि लोग सिर्फ बोल रहे हैं बल्कि कर रहे हैं उनको पेपर पे नहीं बल्कि रियल लाइफ में अप्लाई करें फील्ड वर्क ओरिएंटेड मैम दैट्स ऑल वेयर आई सी इंडिया आफ्टर 5 years
और तुम कहाँ होगी 5 years तक?
मैम मैं अभी बबीना में हूँ करेंटली मैम इसके बाद मैं 12th कर रही हूँ साइंस से तो मैम उसके बाद मेरे को आईआईटी के लिए 1 साल का ड्रॉप लेना है सो दैट आई कैन परस्यू इन साइंस आईआईटी फ्रॉम आईआईटी दिल्ली
वेरी गुड, यू गॉट
थैंक
टोटल
यू मैम
क्लैरिटी। और तुम
यस मैम
आईआईटी
एंड मैम
जेई का
आफ्टर दैट
एग्जाम दोगे?
मैम what?
You will work for JEE.
Yes मैम. मैम because मेरे को अपने देश को सर्व करना है. I want to be an IAS officer after that.
IIT भी करनी है और फिर उसके बाद यूपीएससी में इम्तिहान भी देना है, ये बोल रहे हो?
Yes मैम. Yes मैम.
अच्छा, दोनों चीजें में पॉसिबल. अगर आईआईटी करो तो स्टार्टअप बनाओ, स्टार्टअप खोलो,
Yes.
बिजनेस खोलो, बिजनेस बनाओ, लोगों को एम्प्लॉय करो. सी इंजीनियर बन के किस एरिया की इंजीनियरिंग करना चाहोगे?
मैम ये मैंने भी डिसाइड नहीं किया है.
अभी ये कौन सी चीज अट्रैक्ट करती है?
मैम अभी मुझे फिजिक्स ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट करती है.
फिजिक्स. अच्छा, टाइम से बताओ, अपने आप क्लैरिटी आने लग जाएगी. लेकिन दोनों चीजें बहुत अच्छी और दोनों में डेवलपमेंट है. और आईआईटी के बाद इंजीनियर बनना और अपना काम खोलना तो दुनिया खोल लोगे अपने लिए.
यस मैम. मैम मैंने आईआईटी इसलिए सिलेक्ट किया क्योंकि मुझे लगा मैम वहां पर आपको एक माहौल मिलता है. आप इंडिया के बेस्ट ब्रेन से मिलते हो जिनसे आपको नई नॉलेज मिलती है कि कैसे आप और ज्यादा अच्छा सोच सकते हो, चीजों को इनोवेटिव बना सकते हो. दैट्स व्हाई आई चूज आईआईटी.
वेरी गुड. सो नेक्स्ट 5 years while India develops, तुम इंडिया को डेवलप करोगे एज आइदर एन आईआईटीएन और अ सिविल सर्वेंट, है ना?
यस मैम.
गुड. ओके ग्रेस, तुम्हारी बारी. चंडीगढ़ बोलो. ग्रेस आप बोलो.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I already
Grace is
told.
spoken. Vaishali now.
ओके, आई गो टू वैशाली बिकॉज ग्रेस का साउंड ठीक नहीं है.
नहीं, Grace has spoken already.
तुमने
Grace
क्या
is
बोला था? मुझे थोड़ा याद कराओ, क्या बोला था?
Economy topic.
हाँ
You were guiding her about following Nika.
हाँ,
And-
दैट्स राइट. अरे
Yes.
इसकी शक्ल क्यों चेंज हो रही? बिकॉज
Yes,
द कलरिंग इज चेंज्ड. शी इज लुकिंग डिफरेंट. द कलर, द बैकग्राउंड इज टोटली चेंज्ड. ग्रेस का ना पूरा सब कुछ बदल गया. शी इज लुकिंग अ डिफरेंट फेस फॉर मी.
Ma'am,
you like
I had changed the lighting, that's why. Change the room.
बेटा थोड़ा सा लाइटिंग को क्लियर कर लो.
अच्छा चलो, ओके, आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू. थैंक यू सो मच. बिफोर आई स्पोक टू दिया, राइट?
अभी वैशाली से बात.
नाउ वैशाली. वैशाली, योर टर्न.
Ma'am, I'm going to talk about women's safety. My vision about women's safety. मैम मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि फ्यूचर में वुमेन अपनी आइडेंटिटी एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग देखेगी और जो जेंडर फैक्टर है वो वैनिश होगा. एंड मैम एक्चुअली आई एम गोइंग टू कोट योर वर्ड्स ओनली. जो 6P कॉन्सेप्ट आपने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था जिसमें 6Ps आपने सोसाइटी के जो मेजर एलिमेंट्स है वो आपने उसमें इंक्लूड करे थे. पीपल, पॉलिटिशियन, पुलिस, प्रोसिक्यूटर, प्रिजन एंड प्रेस. मैम उसमें मैं एक भी अपने मन से ऐड करना चाहती हूँ, वो है मैम प्रिकॉशन. बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वुमेन को अपनी सेफ्टी के लिए, अपनी प्रोटेक्शन के लिए खुद प्रिकॉशंस लेने होंगे एंड उनको सेल्फ अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करनी होगी. एंड मैम मुझे ऐसा भी लगता है कि इन फ्यूचर वुमेन आर गोइंग टू अडॉप्ट द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ 3S. दैट इज मैम सेल्फ लर्नर, सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट एंड सेल्फ डिफेंसिव. मैम उन्हें खुद की डिसीजंस के साथ साथ जो लोगों का माइंडसेट है, जो लोगों का अप्रोच होता है कि वुमेन को अपना हमेशा किसी और पर डिपेंड होना होगा, मैम उन्हें वो चेंज करना होगा. बिकॉज वुमेन हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ देयर ओन सेल्फ ऑन देयर ओन. उन्हें खुद का ख्याल खुद ही रखना होगा. और जो माइंडसेट है लोगों का कि वुमेन को हमेशा किसी और के सहारे की जरूरत होती है, वो चेंज करना होगा. मैम
Perfect. So you added another P called the person and prevention. Person,
Yes,
the woman is the person. He takes prevention or precaution. It's more than precaution. She's taking preventive steps, and that adds precaution, adds caution. That's a good idea. Where did you discover my 6P formula?
Ma'am, I was just I was reading all those articles, and because I was searching, I was thinking about this topic. So I came across this idea, and this idea has really inspired me.
I'm glad you added another P called prevention. And in that prevention can be the woman, it can be anybody. It's overall prevention. इसीलिए एक P में people है, उस 6P में people है. In that people, there is a woman, there's a man. Everybody can work towards prevention. That's why one of the 6P is people. But people for what? people for prevention. है ना? So this is how, if within the 6P, when you start explaining it, what you're saying, Vaishali, is included in the word, in the one of the 6P is people. In that people, woman must take her own precautions. Isn't it? And she could become strong, she could play, and she could become better in all others. So good. I'm glad. Thank you so much for contributing so beautifully. You see, the whole object of this exercise of you people being asked to read a book and share your strengths, to express your confidence, and then research on a subject. Object is, ये अगर आदत पड़ी रहेगी आपको, तो आप अपने आप को चैलेंज करोगे. This is everyday learning, everyday growing. Okay, now you got your questions. Let's go. Saina, should we go to the questions now? Because we got those few minutes. We got some time, so we can have good questions. Okay, go ahead. Grace, we can begin with you. Your question?
Yes, yes, ma'am. What are some of the biggest sacrifices you have made to achieve success in life?
What is success?
I
Is
said
that
that,
one time destination, or is it an ongoing feeling?
ma'am, it's a all-knowing feeling. So,
Yeah, that's good. So the point here is, sacrifice is nahi hai. The word is not sacrifice. I think every day is a new day. Every day is a new day. And if you set up to do certain things in the day and you accomplish them, it's a happy feeling. And in that happy feeling, you feel successful because you've succeeded. It's like every day you playing. Every day you playing, and you played well. What happens in your mind? You played well. You wrote well. You spoke
yes,
well. You debated well. Right? Right? You created well. What happens in your mind?
we feel a sense of achievement that we have
Correct.
achieved something.
So now, when that sense of achievement comes, it gives you, what does it give you? Happiness, right? So what have you sacrificed? Have you sacrificed, or were you making choices?
We were making choices.
Correct. So making right choices is being successful. Acting on those choices, following up the choices, is succeeding minute to minute, day to day. Success is not one time situation. Success is ongoing right effort. And for ongoing right effort, there's a choice to be lazy or to be working hard or be organized. And you continue. That means it's not one time, it's regular. It's an ongoing. Life is all about ongoing choices. And as long as you continue to make ongoing better choices, and all choices have a consequence. Bad choice is a consequence, good choice is a consequence. Again, success means, if you made a bad choice, what do you do? How do you deal with that bad choice? Do you correct it, or do you continue to lament on it, or continue to repeat it? Again, success means not repeating but learning. These are again choices. So life is a string of choices, and every day is a choice. There was a reading I read somewhere where a monk said, when I get up in the morning and put my feet on the ground, I ask myself, today's day, will I be in heaven or hell? Will I make it a heaven, or will I make it hell? He says, I choose heaven. And he says, I choose heaven. It's a choice. What has he sacrificed? He sacrificed hell. He took a choice not to choose hell. So has he sacrificed, or has he made a choice? What has he done?
He has made a choice.
Yes. And within that heaven, what is the monk or the person going to do? So it is a choice. So for me, I am not sacrificing. I'm every day making a choice. Every minute, I'm making my choices. And between the choices is your wisdom, which is a better choice to make. Sometimes both are attractive. Like you go to a buffet, as just as you go to a buffet, there's a dinner and there's a large buffet, right? Everything's attractive. You've got the Chinese, you've got the continental, you got the Indian, you got the South Indian, you got the Thai food. You want it all. Are you sacrificing or are you making a choice to be enjoying the food?
You're
The
making the choice.
negative thing, I sacrifice Thai food or I sacrifice Chinese. The other thing, I chose this food. Why? Why do you make a choice? Why did you make that choice? Why? What makes you make choices? What?
Because we want to be successful, that's why we make choices that are good for us.
We want to be happy.
Yes, ma'am.
We want to be happy. In the end, every one of us wants to be. We don't want to be sad. We're looking for. I want to be happy and healthy. Two things. Two H. Two things. Health brings happiness, and happiness brings health. It can be mental and physical, and also spiritual, as one of you said. Spirituality also gives you happiness because you are at peace with yourself. So being at peace is also successful because you're happy. So, so therefore, constantly as children, as teenagers, you are at a very crossroad. Your success will depend on the kind of choices you make, subjects you choose, friends you make, value systems of money, respect for parents. All these are very important. Or you choose one friend over the other. Don't sacrifice a friend. You choose a better friend. You choose a better subject. You choose a better school, isn't it? So it's a good question that you asked, and I've tried to explain to you so that you all benefit out of it. So in my life, I've been making choices all the time, even food. I never touch a food which it may be delicious, but if I'm not hungry, I won't eat. I'm not hungry, I won't eat. It's a habit. Even though the food is delicious, I say, sorry, but I'm not hungry. Why have I done? To stay healthy, to not burden myself wrongly. Many times I go and they say, we got lovely food for you. I say, but I'm not hungry. But we will want you to eat. I said, okay, pack it for me. I'll take it home. I'll eat it over dinner, or I'll eat it with my friends or my colleagues in the office. I do that. So I bring food home. So they love those sandwiches, those little snacks. I said, pack it for me. I'll take it home. But I'll eat when I'm hungry. And many times I've eaten their food at home when I'm hungry. And I love it. But I don't feel shy to say, okay, please pack it for me. Because I want to then go back and enjoy sometimes with my office colleagues. You can do that. Many times I've gone to for a Shivratri program and they got a lot of prasad there. Very lot of good food. So, and sometimes it's in the neighborhood. I said, मुझे इस वक्त भूख नहीं लगी, मैंने अभी नहीं खाना है, मुझे टिफिन दे दो. तो मुझे टिफिन दे देते हैं, तो मैं रात को खाती हूँ मजे से. So these are choices you all constantly make, small or big. Some are small choices, some are big choices. Professions are big choices, isn't it? College, universities, studying, startup, the subject you want to work on, entrepreneurship. These are big choices where you consult, you discuss, and you learn, and then you make your choices to your heart. What's to your heart? Then you take heart choices, right? Okay, Grace? Okay, next question. Dia, your question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question was, what are a few life lessons that we as students will learn the hard way in the future?
We are going to have Kapil Dev, the Bachit program this Sunday. Demonstrative Learning does a monthly Bachit program, as you know. And this month end, we are having couple day over. And I want to show you something. And to do the Bachi program, I was reading Kapil Dev's book, this one, straight from the heart, Kapil Dev's. And I marked a portion where, you know what he said? That's something exactly answering your question. He said, I was jumping classes, means I was skipping classes. I used to take my friends for cinema. And he was very fond of playing, but he was not fond of studies. And he would skip classes and he would take friends along to see a cinema. Right? And one day, the teacher caught the whole couple Dev and all his friends coming from cinema, and he gave him one big slap. The teacher slapped him. He's written in his autobiography. We all got slapped. These days, teachers don't slap. Then they did, right? And he was in Haryana, in Chandigarh. He was slapped. And he went back to play. Today, he writes in his autobiography, saying, people did tell me it's time to study. It's time to work hard. He says, I was playing cricket. I worked very hard. I loved. He used to go running to make his legs strong. That's why he was a very India's best medium fast bowler. He's India's best and one of the 3 best in the world. Why? Because he used to go running. He used to practice to have strong legs. Nobody told him. But he says, nobody told me. Everybody said study is important, but nobody explained to me why. The problem here is we tell our children, but we don't explain. The way I explained to Grace, I was trying to explain exactly. Explaining choices, explaining the need to value your time when you are young, when you are at this age. Explaining to you that at this time, if you focus on your studies, you have your funda clear, you have your purpose high, you will make it. But at the moment, if you do a khichdi of it, then you remain a khichdi. And you achieve only that much. So it's Kapil Dev saying, he says, we were told it's good to study, to be a student. Academics is important. Don't do the skipping classes, bunking classes, not good. But nobody sat down and made an explanation to us. Sit down. I'll explain to you. That's what he said in his book. And we are going to talk to him about on Sunday, when Saina and I will be talking to him on the Baatcheet. Watch the Baatcheet program. It's 5 o'clock on DL. We are not talking to him on that day on the cup he won for the world, for India, the World Cup. That's in the movie 83. Everybody's watched the movie. But we're talking to him, how was he as a boy? And as a boy, he's saying, and you know what? He couldn't even pass his 10th exam. Teachers helped him pass the exam. But now he's teaching lessons of life. And he's saying, did not explain to me. I did not understand. अगर मुझे कोई बैठ के समझाता तो शायद मैं और पढ़ता. पढ़ाता, अगर पढ़ता तो शायद कुछ और बन जाता. तो शायद क्रिकेटर नहीं बनता, God knows. Magar kismat ne, he would go hours and hours to run and play. So children, the best, but what few lessons in life, one of them is value for time for what it is. If this is an age to study, this is an age to learn, this is an age to be skilled, this is an age to learn value systems, then focus on that. Focus on that. Make sure your friendship is right, your health is good, your home environment is conducive to learning, all those things which help you to become somebody in your life 5 years from now. So that's your biggest lesson. Once you get that value, making better choices at this age, making boy. So this is not the time to be emotionally distracted. So that you do not waste your time on those emotional distractions. Many times girls and boys get emotionally distracted and they start pining for each other. I think that's a heavy distraction which takes a lot of energy off. This is not the age. You can have friends, but no distractions at the moment. Okay, child, Dia, have you understood, all five of you?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good, lovely. Thank you. I'm just trying to explain to you because this is exactly what Kapil said, which somebody had explained to me. Now you cannot say it was not explained, so you can come back to this program to say, madam, explain to me. Yes, yes. Okay, Dia,
Yes,
let's go
ma'am.
to Bhumi. Let's go to Bhumi. Bhumi, what's your question?
Ma'am, my question is, ma'am, don't you believe that the police of a nation is much capable than how it is working now? And if yes, then how it can be improvised? And what's the biggest hurdle you face in your service as an IPS officer?
So there are two very good, two separate questions. One is about me as a career in the IPS, and the second is national police as a whole.
Yes, ma'am.
So which question do you want to choose? Ask one.
Ma'am,
These are two in one. And I know Shakira also told you one question. Now these are two in one.
ma'am, the first one that, ma'am, don't you believe that the police of a nation is much capable than how it's working? And if yes, then how it can be improvised?
Yes, you're right. Look at the first part. First part is yes, the police of our is capable. The only is capable. It in fact it's always working hard and sacrificing,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
maybe still more better trained,
Yes, ma'am.
more training centers, more skilled, also more resources, more time in hand, because they don't get time in hand to even take a training program. In the army, there's, you see, when we are sanctioned, the police force,
Yes,
we are sanctioned training reserve. Every department has a sanctioned training reserve to be, if supposing you've hired 100 people, 10 will be for training reserve. But that means 10 people differently will remain on training. They remain on training. But we deploy all because we're short of manpower. The pressures of policing in India continue to grow with growth in population, with growth in urbanization, with growth in mobility, with growth in industry and economic development, with growth in social challenges. Sometimes it becomes women's security, sometimes it becomes farmers' agitation. There are a lot of law and order. You see, in a democracy, policing is a very big challenge
yes, ma'am.
because you have to police respecting human rights all the time. So it's a very due process. And all investigations have to be very heavily evidence based. The courts will throw you out otherwise. So, collection of evidence. And we don't have the lie detector at every time because people will continue to lie. So, where's the lie detector generally used? There's no therapy, there's no software where person is put on and say, you know, the man is lying. They lie, 100% lie. Nobody admits their crime. You have to prove it otherwise, unless, and for that, collection of evidence. So, more resources, more technology, more training, more manpower, but more money. Because every policeman costs, every constable almost costs the public exchequer a lakh of rupees a month.
Yes,
Constable
ma'am.
costs a lakh of rupees. Why I'm saying lakh of rupees? Salary take home, his health care insurance, his clothing cost, his housing, even his children get benefits. So it's almost like average 1 lakh a month. 1 lakh a month. So India has to be rich, richer.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many people pay taxes in India? Very small
Ma'am,
percentage.
very good.
So you have to have money because police does not bring profits. It brings security for other to profit.
Hmm.
If I don't have security, there's no opening of the market. And there's no opening of the market, there's no profit. There's no money generated. So policing is so important to generate wealth. When you have a curfew, there's no economy. When you have a law
Yes,
and order riots, there's no economy. So we have to invest more into policing, their housing, but it costs money. And police budgets, sometimes when you see state budgets, they're pretty low on police investments.
Okay.
Yes. So we have to invest more into better quality policing. Understand, Bhumi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Vaishali, your question, and then we can go to Saina for her closing remarks. Yes, Vaishali? Vaishali? I think frozen. Vaishali's lost the connection. And even our another friend lost the connection. One of us were lost.
Ragini,
Ragini's gone.
Ragini and
And
Grace.
then we've had problems with IT connection today.
Let's give them a minute.
So while I think who's checking?
Sujata is checking.
Because we lost two others.
3 children.
At the moment, I only have Bhumi and Dia on the screen.
Yes.
Grace is gone. Vaishali has gone. Ragini has gone.
Yes, Ragini has come. Beta, ask your questions.
Okay,
Ragini,
Ragini, what's your question?
So my question was like how to make optimum use of limited resources. Like as my classmates or as like of my same age, my the children can have the access to the premium facility because of the financial condition. So how can we make the optimum use of that limited resources if we can't afford?
Ragini, today technology is giving you more information than you need. It's giving more information than your books give. So if those people, friends, can go back to Wikipedias and Googles and do their own research, there's so much on YouTube, on Google, on Wikipedias that it's a full library you have. So who says there's dearth of information? You go use the technology. So can't they go back to any internet? Don't they have internet at home? Or don't they have a laptop? Or they don't have phone? Or they cannot go to a place where they will be able to get? So, people can school themselves today from the Google Guru. So I don't believe that anymore. Research is all available. You can do extra learning. Everything answers. Google answers your questions. Online learning. YouTube teaches you. So Ragini, it's not an excuse anymore. Okay? You can tell your friends, why don't you research? Study on that. Sit on the Google. Don't go elsewhere. Don't go only on Reels. Go here. Don't go to Facebooks. Study. Go research. So use your computer.
People make excuses and cry of this topic. That's why I.
So that's the excuse. So it's an excuse. Tell them, why don't you use Google research? And that has more information than even your teachers will have or books have, because Google is updated. Book is outdated when it's printed. Okay, now who's left? Grace, your question. Grace is already done.
Done. All done.
Dia has done. Bhumi has done. Vaishali has done. Vaishali, last. Your question.
मैम इन रिसेंट टाइम्स ऐसा देखने को मिलता है कि जो स्टूडेंट्स है वो बहुत इम्पेशेंट हो रहे हैं एंड मैम वो अपनी स्कूलिंग को अपने बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स को स्किप कर रहे हैं, उन्हें स्पॉइल कर रहे हैं और डायरेक्टली एडवांसमेंट पे शिफ्ट होना चाहते हैं और प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं। तो क्या उनका एजुकेशन को लेके ये अप्रोच सही है?
अगर वो वोकेशनल स्किल्स की तरफ जा रहे हैं और उनका रुचि भी है तो बहुत अच्छा है मेरी व्यू में, क्योंकि वो भी एक एजुकेशन है और वो जल्दी सोच रहे समझ रहे हैं कि मैं काम सीखना चाहती हूँ या करना चाहती हूँ और मैं कमाना चाहती हूँ जल्दी में, तो क्लासरूम के लिए नहीं, मैं वो हैंड स्किल लेना चाहती हूँ। तो बुरी बात नहीं अगर उनका मन है और उनको सही स्किल मिल रही है, तो वो भी एक एजुकेशन है। वो ले रहे हैं जो कि तो मेरा ख्याल है वो गलत नहीं, अगर वो अपनी मतलब सही तरीके से चॉइस ले रहे हैं, मेरी व्यू है। वैशाली, वो भी एजुकेशन है, वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग एक एजुकेशन है और ये एनईपी में आपको ये चॉइसेस होंगी कि आप पढ़ाई करते करते कुछ और करना चाहते हैं वोकेशनल स्किल वगैरह में, आप क्रेडिट्स लेके तो वो उधर भी जा सकते हैं, स्विच भी कर सकते हैं, वापस भी आ सकते हैं, गैप भी मिलेगा आपको। तो इवन यही तो एनईपी ने नया किया है where it gives you an option. You can do vocational skills, take off while you're studying, and come back to school, come back to college, come back to degree if you want to. The credits are with you. Even change of subjects. एनईपी में यही तो फर्क पड़ेगा. एक नई जनरेशन निकलेगी अगले 20 years में. यू विल हैव अ न्यू जनरेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एनईपी. Okay, Saina, can we do a summing up, please? Saina? Thank you, children.
I'm going to be focusing more on the self, while you've spoken of a bigger vision and all your dreams and aspirations. I'm going to be focusing a little more on the self. We have a lot of plants on the terrace, so when I go to water them, I realize that some days if पानी कहीं कम हो जाता है, that plant उतना वो हरा भरा नहीं लगता है. So I want you all to water the plant of your life very well. Do that and ask yourself, what does it mean to water the plant of my life? You need the sunshine, you need the water, you need the nutrition, you need the air, you need the correct environment. Now you need to figure out what's workable, what's realistic, what's simple, what's uncomplicated, and what's blessed. Because what's going to be blessed is not going to be complicated. It's not going to be out of reach. A child said that we all have the divine fire within us. Fire can either purify or transform, or it makes you perish. So you have to now decide, what are you going to do with the divine fire within you? So these are thoughts you're all going to think about, hopefully. Do the right thing just for the sake of doing the right thing. We don't need approvals for everything. We don't need awards and rewards and recognition for everything. जिंदगी में सही करो, अच्छा करो, just for the sake of doing the right thing. तो ऐसे ही होना चाहिए. It's not a badge. Don't carry it like a badge. थर्ड, जो मैंने आपको पहले बोल रही थी प्रोग्राम से पहले, कि अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी को बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग करो. आपको अपने घर बाहर का ध्यान रखना आता है? आपको अपना किचन संभालना आता है? आपको अपना कमरा संभालना आता है? आपको अपने पैसे संभालने आते हैं? अगर घर में कोई काम करने आता है तो आपको बात करनी आती है? आपको उठना बैठना, आप बेंड कैसे करते हो? आप अपने आप को तैयार कैसे करते हो? ये सब चीजों पे गौर करो, क्योंकि ये चीजें आपकी बुनियाद बनेंगी. यू कांट बिल्ड ऑन अ वीक फाउंडेशन. तो अपनी बुनियाद को तैयार करो, इनके बारे में सोचो.
Right. Thank you, Saina. Thank you for a wrap-up message. So, Dia and Ragini and Vaishali and Grace and Bhumi, we'll stay connected through the book, through the WhatsApp group. Shakira and Shivani must have told you. So we'll stay you get a morning nutrition, you'll get a morning message, and then we'll continue to come together for festivals, Diwali, etc. New Year, Diwali, depends on what DL wants to do. And watch this program Sunday on Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev will be the youth in Kapil Dev, the youth days. He's called the Hurricane of Haryana. So let us see. And he's in his book written, Haryana, wo sochte the, Haryana is only for driving tractors. Ye kahan se cricket khelega? But you see how he proved them wrong? Only by his own dint, by determination. And he got the right spark at the age of 16, 17. And that's when he started to play and work hard. So good luck, children. You hear from about his life this Sunday at 6 p.m. Am I right? 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Sorry, 5 o'clock. On DL, it will go live. And BR will get the connection. And you sign up.
जी
Shakira will send them the right.
जी
So you'll get the connection. So all our students, more than now nearing 1,000 students all over the country, even in UAE, will be able to see live program Bachi. Okay? All the best. And you can share what you learned or whatever you saw. But I think Kapil will give you lots of good messages of his youth, which you asked me. How did he prepare? And why was he so positive in his approach? He was very, very positive. If you've not seen this film 83, watch it. It's available on Netflix. So before you see the program, it's very inspiring. You cannot miss. Every student must see this film. How positive thinking makes you win. As Saina said, as nurturing gardener, nurturing your own plant. Okay? God bless you. Bye bye. And thank you very much. Thank you.
जय
Thank you,
माँ।
ma'am.
हमारी ऑडियंसेस का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आप जुड़े और हमारे बच्चों को आपने मोटिवेट किया। शुक्रिया, थैंक यू। लॉट्स ऑफ लव टू यू। हंसते खेलते रहो बच्चों। टेक केयर। जय धारी माँ। लॉट्स ऑफ लव। खुश रहो।
Good health, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
ma'am.
ma'am.